Hi Internet, welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, which means we are reacting to a Thin Lizzy song. Unless it's a Black Star Rider song. Unless it's a Phil Lynott solo song. It's basically, Thin Lizzy catalog plus the Thin Lizzy adjacent stuff. So, the Black Star Rider sequel band, the Phil Lynott solo cuts, Blue Murder on there because I kept getting asked to put Blue Murder on there. So what are we reacting to this week? I have no idea. We're going to fire up that random song generator, see what we're listening to, and dissect the song together. So let's fire up the random number generator and see what we get. So yeah, scared you guys for a second when that Black Star Riders album came up again because that was the last video I recorded. But no, we are doing Heart Attack off Thunder and Lightning. So this is actually the final Thin Lizzy song before dedication. Because I'm trying to remember, when did A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer come out? In the Night in the Life of a Blues Singer. Let's see. So A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer was released 1983. Thunder and Lightning, Thin Lizzy. So okay, so I don't know exactly when. When was Thunder and Lightning released? March. So actually, A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer might have been the final Thin Lizzy song to come out. But this is, at least before dedication, but this is the last song on 1983's Thunder and Lightning. So the closing track on the album. So yeah, that means, so for many, this was like the final Thin Lizzy song. So let me pull up the lyrics. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I think this is a great one. Thunder and Lightning is just an excellent Lizzy album. There are a number of people who are just like, oh man, it's nowhere near as strong as their other stuff. And I'm like, you're freaking nuts. Like, no offense to the kids out there, but if you're like, man, Killer Without a Cause is genius and Heart Attack blows, I don't get you, dog. I don't get you. But yeah, I'm excited for this. This is freaking great. Let's dig into Heart Attack by Thin Lizzy. Ah, man, that intro is so freaking killer. Yeah, I'm freaking into this. It's just like, it's great energy. The keyboards are actually really fitting with this song. Often Darren's keyboards do not fit with Lizzy. They're working so well here. And yeah, just great harmony riff. Freaking phenomenal. You know what? So good. Let's listen to it again. Yeah. Oh, this is freaking great. I'm realizing what this is reminding me of. This reminded me of freaking Star Fox. I'm gonna pull that up for later so you can hear what I'm talking about. But it's just like a lot of early like a lot of Super Nintendo music was inspired by like 80s hard rock and metal, and and specifically more like the Japanese scene. But like a lot of like 80s Japanese metal had like synthesizers as a more prominent part of it, and so this is actually kind of fitting with that like 80s Japanese kind of vibe, but done by Thin Lizzy. Um, but it's like that's like working perfectly. As someone who's into that kind of music, it is scratching that itch very well. But it's freaking it's impassioned playing. It just sounds really really great. Um, yeah, let's rewind just a hair, get back to it.
Mama, I'm dying of a heart attack, heart attack, heart attack. I love that girl, but she don't love me back. My girl, she tells me that we're breaking up, breaking up, breaking up. My heart can't handle the strain that's shaking it.
That is so freaking good. Mama, I'm dying of a heart attack, and then you've got like the layered vocal harmonies, heart attack, following that. It's censoring the line, but like, Mama, I'm dying of a heart attack. That's a very Phil line. I love that girl, but she don't love me back. I mean, a sentiment that we can all relate to, but especially when you know that like Phil is like going through like marital troubles at the time. You can feel the sincerity. My girl, she tells me that we're breaking up, breaking up, breaking up. My heart can't handle the strain that's shaken up. I mean, it's a song about heartbreak, but like it has such great energy behind it, where it's sad, but because you have this like frantic energy, it's also fun. The vocals are impassioned. It's freaking great. Yeah, rewind just a hair.
The strain that's shaking it.
Actually, yeah, one more thing. The repeating of the words in that way, it's a very poppy thing to do. Like, 60s bubblegum pop, but like mixed in with this like 80s metal thing. That's freaking great. Love it.
She tried to tell me not so long ago. I would not listen, but now I know.
So great.
Papa, I'm triggered for the overload, overload, overload. The gun in my pocket is all ready to explode. Papa, I'm dying of an overdose, overdose, overdose. I tried to warn you, don't you come too close.
And, great lyrically there. So instead of singing to his mama, he's singing to Papa. Papa, I'm drinking from an overload, overload, overload. The gun in my pocket is ready to explode. That's just the desperation and frustration. With like the sadness that's going on here. Papa, I'm dying of an overdose, overdose, overdose. I tried to warn you, don't you come too close. So it's showing that like his vices, his addictions, might have been the cause of what hurt the relationship, which is actually what happened in his life. And unfortunately, him and his drug habits is what led to his death, and so he didn't exactly die of an overdose. But the this song is like very prophetic in a number of ways, because later he'll talk about how in the song he's dying, and when this is the final Thin Lizzy song on a Thin Lizzy album, um, where does it leave Phil? It leaves Phil as depressed from his marriage falling apart, overdosing and talking about death, and that's where like he ended his, where his life ended up a few years later. So it's a very, prophetic song in a number of ways, and that's why I'm really glad that the song "Dedication" became the final Thin Lizzy song, because this song is so bleak in a number of ways, and while it is like a very powerful statement to end the album on and the catalog on. It doesn't feel like maybe the best encompassing of like the entirety of Phil's legacy. But it's sort of like an accurate picture of where he was at that point. Um, and so it's sort of like the sad ending before like the beautiful epilogue. Yeah, so this is the sad ending, and then dedication is the beautiful epilogue that ties things together and ends on a more uplifting note. But yeah, this is the sad ending, and it's genius.
I tried to tell you way back when we were young. I tried to warn you there was something wrong. Mama, I'm dying. Oh, Papa, I'm dying, 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 dying. Mama, I'm dying. Oh, Papa, I'm dying, dying, dying,
Y'all who are just like, this is bottom tier Lizzy. They lost their fire, their passion. It's just not as good. What? What? Like, I don't get how someone can listen to this and be like, yeah, bottom of the barrel, Thin Lizzy, like, they were just out of steam at this point. Like, this is such, like, this is fire.
Mama, I'm dying. Oh, Papa, I'm dying, 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 dying. Mama, I'm dying. Oh, Papa, I'm dying, 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 dying. Heart attack.
Yeah, a masterpiece, a triumph of art. So freaking good. So freaking good. Um, for giggles, so this song has just been on my playlist this week anyway. I'm just going to give you guys a sample of Corneria from Star Fox. Remember, this is a video game soundtrack, but I'm definitely getting some Corneria vibes from this piece. So just a little taste. Yeah. So yeah, I got a little bit of Star Fox Corneria vibes from Heart Attack. Just a taste. Those sweet MIDI guitars. But also I acknowledge my musical tastes are a bit odd because I'm one of the only people I know who listens to video game music and film score soundtracks from movies and video games that I've not seen nor played. So I did play Star Fox growing up. Sucked at it, but that is a bitchin' tune, as is Heart Attack by Thin Lizzy. Absolutely a bitchin' tune. Phenomenal masterpiece, triumph of art. But the question is, where do I put in the ranking? I mean, it's got to be minimum S rank, minimum S rank. So yeah, where do we put it? Hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a. It's probably, yeah, it's double S. Is it better than Bad Habits? Uh, it's like right there. It's double S is where this is gonna be ending up. Cause yeah, it is better than Mexican Blood, but by a hair. Oof. So where we're putting, is it below Bad Habits? All right, so let's weigh pros and cons. So this song doesn't necessarily have a catchy chorus. It just has, instead of a chorus, has a couple lines and then it goes into a really killer riff. So in some ways it's like Killer Without a Cause. Except it feels less disjointed than Killer Without a Cause for me. And lyrically is so much stronger and really captures like the essence of like, Phil both as a character writer and also accompanying like his personal demons in song. Um, Bad Habits is really fun. It's probably a hair. It's a hair catchier maybe. Um. So So let me put it with Hollywood Down on Your Luck just to see how it would compare. Hollywood Down on Your Luck is a stronger song, I think. So it's really, is it better or weaker than Bad Habits is where this comes into. And I'm gonna say this is really tough. This is really tough because I think Bad Habits, might be a song I listen to more, but also Heart Attack better encompasses, like, it's a great end to the album, a great end to the Thin Lizzy studio albums, a great portrait of where Phil was in his life. You know what? I'm gonna put Heart Attack, at least how I'm feeling today, above Bad Habits, barely, barely above Bad Habits, but that is where I will put it. So, yeah, another great song off the Thunder and Lightning album. It's a phenomenal album. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this one in the comments down below. I can't wait for you know, some people to say like, oh, Thunder and Lightning song. It's just okay. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. Phil just really wasn't putting in his all on this album. Yeah, if you don't like Heart Attack, please explain to me why this sucks, because I don't see it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to do the liking, commenting, subscribing. Tell me what you thought of this one in the comments down below. And have a good one. Bye, everyone.